In this video, I'm going to explain to you how your personal trader actually works. Because once you understand that loop, everything becomes much clearer and you're able to operate your personal trader in a much more effective way to achieve your personal goals. One of the best ways to understand it is actually go to our docs page on our main website. So you go to docs and then you find personal trader, and then you can read overview, setup, and most importantly, architecture. As you can see, it is not a very simple architecture, and at the same time, it's very understandable. It did take us 2 years of R&D to create this one, and I know there are a lot of buzzwords right now going around. Oh, it's a harness, it's an agent, it's a loop, it's a graph. You can think of this agent being all of them. So this is the latest iteration of what is possible in terms of agent creations with LLMs, and we are presenting it to you for your, for your benefit. I mean, this is all for you in the end of the day, for you guys to use. So it's an engineered loop. Here we're showing some of the components of the loop. You have LLM as being the main brain. It has access to market data, that it can get the current state, the candles, the market prices, etc. It has its tools, it has its capabilities, it has the analysis modules, and some proprietary modules that we're not ready to reveal because, I mean, this is our bread and butter. We don't want to be copied very quickly. We did spend a lot of time on making this one, so yeah, there's some really cool stuff underneath the hood. But basically, in capabilities, it can talk to you, a chat. It can self-learn, it can sleep, it can trade many different assets, it can plan ahead, it can self-deactivate. And it has access to tools, such as entering position, exiting position. When I'm saying position, I mean trade. It can set stop losses, can set take profits, and it can do position sizing, meaning it can add to an existing trade and it can subtract from an existing trade. For example, at first it opened the trade with 100 USDT, it made a little bit of profit, and then it takes half of the profit and continues managing the open position. On the data analysis side, yes, it can look at charts, it has vision capabilities, it can analyze technical indicators and create technical indicators, it can source and analyze recent news, and it can understand people's sentiment. So it can understand what is the society thinking about a particular coin, token, or any other asset that you're trading with the personal trader. All of this runs in a loop. So every decision cycle, depending on what you set, if you set a 5-minute or a 15-minute or a 1 hour or 1 day, it wakes up, the loop wakes up, goes through this whole decision-making process, and then goes to sleep again. So it's not watching every tick. That would be just extremely expensive. If you're seeing this anywhere online where a swarm of agents and oh my god, they're analyzing every tick of the move, these guys are either billionaires or it doesn't exist. Because the simple cost of analyzing every tick, which is roughly 1 second, would put you, you can take out a loan, you wouldn't be able to pay it. You can sell your house, you wouldn't be able to pay it. It is that expensive. So we have set up our loops based on 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 day, and 1 hour time frames, because that is kind of the minimum way that you can actually afford to run this system. A 1 minute frequency would be an absolute killer. So it would be extremely expensive. So the lowest boundary we set is 5 minutes, is where you can actually operate it and get it working in the way that you like. I think now let's look at thinking traces. As you can see, the thinking traces are located in the section called My Thoughts, and you can read the thinking traces for every single decision that it is making. As you can see, it is currently not in the trade, so the only evaluation that you see is it trying to understand whether to enter or not enter the trade. Let's make it much bigger. Yeah, let's make it a little bit bigger. It is actually going to produce more thinking traces right now as it just entered its new decision loop. But as you can see, okay, the combined analysis evidence, okay, yeah. It's trying to distract me with its new thinking traces. We'll let it. Okay, So it analyzes the evidence. Combined evidence indicates it confirms the upward momentum. Indeed, we're in an upward momentum on the execution chart with increasing volume and higher highs and lows. Great. Okay. Then it looks at technical indicators, understands RSI is above 50, suggesting some bullish momentum. Invalidation of the technical analysis is close below the SMA, right? So it's considering the technical analysis indicators that it has and tries to combine them and tries to think and reason through whether this is a good buying opportunity or not. And it also weighs in what you have told it. So the instructions that you have produced. And those are the dogma, the Bible for this trader. Whatever you tell it in the instructions, it treats as the most important thing that it knows, practically. So it tries to serve you and you alone. Looking here, so it's eventually decided it is prudent to wait for clear confirmation rather than entering on a potentially weak signal. Awesome. Isn't it what you would expect from a good trader? Instead of just rushing into a trade, it thought, evaluated, and decided that there's no clear entry. There's no clear entry and there's no great opportunity right now to take a very high confidence trade. Incredible. Let's say you don't like it. Let's say you're like, no, I actually want you to be more aggressive. No problem. You just go to your settings and you tell it, be more aggressive on entries. Oh, misspelled aggressive. And that's it. Save changes and it will be more aggressive on entries, or at least it will try. So this depends obviously on the quality of the model that you have selected. The models which are dumber at the bottom of the list, normally they would not be as precise as following your instructions, and the higher tier models obviously will. So this is, you have to figure out how to work with your particular setup in here. In addition to all that, we do not have a trade here to represent it, but you can also see the reasons and the exit reasons and the trade plan. So the entry reason, exit reason, trade plan for any particular trade that it makes. So not only you can watch live what it's doing, but you can also understand why did it do certain decisions in the past. And you can judge whether they were good decisions or bad decisions. And then again, through the same mechanism of instructions, you guide it towards what you want. Or maybe you find, you find a great trader online, a human trader, and you want your thing, your personal trader, your personal AI trader to trade exactly like that guy. Great. Put it in a PDF, send here, and that thing will try to fully replicate how the trader is trading. Or if you have your personal strategy and you've been trading it for years and you know exactly how it works, you know exactly how to enter, how to exit, what is your setup, what are you looking at? Perfect. You simply write it down, give it to the personal trader, see whether it follows exactly or not. If not, just toddle the instructions a little bit until it matches your expectations, and voila. You don't have to sit down there and wait for hours and hours and hours on end for the trade to finish. You don't have to think about entries. You don't have to think about exits. You don't have to think about your emotions while you're in the trade. And I think that is the biggest push for why we even made that product. Because many of you are excellent at guessing where the price is going to go. The average win rate for a human on any exchange is around 67%. And yet 90% of traders lose money. Why? It's because of this one component, is the emotions. You revenge trade. You try to add to a losing position. You move your stop loss. Why do that if you can just have the same level of performance, the same level of thinking, the same level of execution without any emotion and complete precision by using a personal trader? That is the whole kind of reason. That's our passion, to give this to you. So that you, whatever flaws you have, whether you consider them flaws or not, you're 90% likely to lose money in this market. And perhaps by just figuring out the emotional component of how you're trading, the mistakes that you make, that maybe, you're 10 hours into a trading session and you're like, I'm just going to take another trade. Just one more. and then you end up being very disappointed at the end of the day. No, this is full and complete autonomy. This is full and complete the word skipped my mind. Discipline is what I was looking for. This is discipline. Discipline, but on your terms. On your terms. You're the one making this thing, you're the one operating this thing. It can become a replica of you without emotions. You can bake in emotions as well. You can tell it, hey, be fearful of this. So it's really up to you. But the possibilities are endless with this technology. In addition, and I understand for many people it's hard to trust AI and it's difficult and you feel like you're not under complete control. We have something for that as well. For example, if you just want the thing, and let's just close this trade so I could show you the capabilities. I'm gonna exit this trade now, but let's say you do not want it to guess or try to predict where the price is going to go. You actually yourself, you know your entries, you know exactly how to enter. You can do that. You can do the following. You can open a trade by yourself. You can set the long or short, choose a pair, choose a time frame, choose how much, choose leverage, and then you just write the trade plan. So your trade plan, like how would you in your best mental conditions would have operated in this trade? You write it down in the trade plan, whatever you're gonna write, enter now, and go on, do something about your day, touch grass, I don't know, attend to your family. Well, this thing is going to try its absolute best to fulfill whatever you have written. So as you can see, it can work as a fully autonomous thing on your behalf, and it can work as your companion where it just follows your direct instruction for this particular trade. And you can set many, like 2, 3, 5, I don't know how many amount of trades you're doing per day, but you can set many, and your personal trader will do its absolute best to execute as per your request without the emotional baggage. The things I want to leave you with here today is that this is not a black box. You're in full control. You can understand what it's doing and you can direct it and teach it. Inside this majestic, at least we think it's majestic, like we're quite proud of this thing that we've built, but inside internally there is a very sophisticated agentic loop that keeps learning, keeps iterating, keeps trying its best with all the possibilities and all the capabilities. It can already do all of it, so it can enter, exit. All you need to do is to direct it. Just tell it what, and it has the capability to execute whatever you think is whatever you want, practically. One more point, if you guys think that this thing is missing some capability, it needs another tool, it needs another capability, it needs more planning, you just let us know. We have a feature request section in our earn rewards page, and there you can just submit a feature request, and if we consider this to be a valid request that's going to help other users as well, we will simply build it. So you get the benefit, other people get the benefit, and we'll also grant you some free credits because we want to reward the community for communicating with us. So if you submit a bug, submit a feature, we'll reward you back with credits that you can use on running your experiments, running your personal trader. So please do submit. Once again, your personal trader does not watch every tick. It's not a black box, and everything is transparent. So here's what I want you to do right now. Go to your personal trader, awaken it, or if it's sleeping, or just start it, maybe create a new one if you haven't already, and then let it run for a few decision cycles and pay extra attention to the thinking traces and actually read the thinking traces. By you all the time reading the thinking traces and understanding what the hell is it even thinking, you're able to better operate it. Do you understand why? It's because if you understand how it thinks, you can give it better instructions so it thinks differently. And that is the small, kind of very consistent way of how you can keep improving your personal trader. If you see its thoughts are leading it astray and it's not making the decisions that you want, perfect. Go to instructions, tell it do this, don't do that. And in time, you will have a complete understanding and complete synchrony with your personal trader, so you both go out and achieve your crazy goals. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one.